Hey guys, this is some last practice for right before our big Unit 2C quiz. So do me a favor, and there's a couple different pages to this video. Make sure for each part, I'm going to have you pause the video and complete the problems, and then I'm going to talk about how you do them. Please make sure you actually practice this. Pause the video, do the problems, because watching the video really won't help as much as doing the problems. So for our first section, there are 9 problems. I want you to pause the video and do every single one of the problems, and when you're done, go ahead and play the video. Okay? So hopefully you got a chance to do the problems. If not, please make sure you pause it again and do the problems. So let's go through the answers. Here, you're adding, so you just have to do -4 plus 20. When you're adding a negative and a positive, you're going to, because some of the negatives will cancel out some of the positives, you're going to figure out what's left by subtracting 20 minus 4. There's going to be 16 of one of them that is left over when you get 0 pairs, and there's more positives than there are negatives, so you end up with positive 16. Remember that when you're adding and they're different, you're going to have some 0 pairs. When you have a positive and negative, they cancel each other out. Excuse me. Here, you have multiplication. You have numbers right next to each other with no sign. So -4 times 20. Multiply like normal. You get 80. 20 times 4. And a negative times a positive will always be a negative. Here you have -20 divided by -4. So first of all, you do the division. 20 divided by 4, you get 5. And then a negative divided by a negative, when they're both the same, you get a positive 5 answer. Here you have a subtraction problem. So hopefully the first thing you did was change the problem to -4 plus a -20, because it's a subtraction problem. Now we're just adding 2 negatives together, so we're looking for the total amount of negatives, which is -24. You won't have any 0 pairs like you did in this problem. -4 plus -20. So you could see from the problem above, it actually turned into this. But you definitely don't change anything. You have addition. -4 plus -20 is -24 again. Here you have 4 plus a -20. So there's going to be some positives and some negatives. So you'll have some that will cancel out. So you subtract them, and you get 16. And since there are 20 negatives and only 4 positives, you're going to be left with 16 negatives, so -16. Here you have an absolute value. So first of all, it's over the whole thing, so you're going to do the inside first. -4 minus 8, it's a subtraction problem. So you change that to -4 plus a -8. We kept change, or keep flip change. Now you have a negative plus another negative, and you're going to add -4 plus -8. Nothing really cancels out. They're just a total of 12 negatives. Here, they're on individually on each number, so we're going to take the absolute value first. Absolute value of -4 is 4. That's how far it is from 0. Bring down my minus sign. Absolute value of 8 is 8. Now we have 4 minus 8. So we're going to keep the 4, and we're going to add the opposite. And 4 plus a -8, so they're different signs, so when you add them, they're going to cancel out. So we're going to find out that there's 4 more negatives than there are positives. So your answer is -4. Here, a little bit tricky. We have absolute value, so we're going to take it first. Absolute value of -5 is 5, but then there's a negative sign we have to bring down. Add a -9, and you get -14. So now go ahead and do the other problem, which will be on the next page. Go ahead and pause the video and try to do as many as you can. Try to get as many right as you can. And then when you're done with these 2 problems, go ahead and unpause the video, and we'll go through the answers. So hopefully you had a chance to do these 2 problems. Now let's go over the answers. You have -9 in the bank, and you lose 20 more. How much do you have? So if you have -9 in the bank, we're going to start with -9. And by losing 20, that's going to be like -20. So this is the expression you'd write, and we're going to keep -9. We're going to add the opposite, and you end up with a total of -29. So you would have -29, which pretty much means you actually have you don't even have a positive amount. To have -9 in the bank, that would mean that you owe the bank $9, and now you're going to owe the bank $29. So next one, Sam is standing on a cliff 100 feet above sea level. That would be +100. And John is standing on a 6 feet below sea level. What is the difference? So we talked about when you want to know what is the difference or how much distance is between them, we're going to subtract. And then you're going to take We have 100, one person at 100 and the other person at negative 6, because 6 feet below sea level. So we have to take the bigger number and make sure we write it first when we're subtracting. 100 minus a negative 6, and we're going to keep this 100, and we're going to add the opposite. You end up with 100 plus 6, which is, 106, which means there's 106 between them, 106 feet between them. All right, last problem. Go ahead and try this one, and then pause the video, and then when you're done with it, go ahead and play the video, and we'll see what the answer is. Okay. So here it says, what do you get if you take away 3 from a negative 9? Remember, from means that you're starting. If you're taking away something from a negative 9, that means you're starting with a negative 9, and you're going to take away 3 from it. So that would be negative 9 minus 3. Right? So, and it's all from, because it says from a negative 9. So here, we're going to change this problem to negative 9 plus a negative 3. And you're left with negative 12, which is your final answer. All right, go ahead and please rewatch the video if I went too fast, but hopefully that's really going to help.